That's good. How you doing, baby girl? Is pooping with pooping son a good choice of words? Because definitely poopy McPoopin son. Just poopy McPoopy son. That's good, Jay, you goofball. How could I ever quit on this loving community, right? Let's get Jericho. Let's wait for a couple more to come before I scream my opinion on this fucking shit. We can do a fucking Q&A with chat. I don't know about Q&A, but something with reels. No, let's use the talk of the town emoji. What's good, Lord Patchy? Yeah, well, fuck off. Is that all the people? Or did I forget one? The fuck? Fuck off. No one cares about what you wanna ask. The fuck would you ask me for? Do you fucking hate me? Don't all of you people just hate me now? Like, it's okay, I guess. He resubbed because he's having withdrawals from the voice. He was like, I can't live without this. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Now, someone can go ahead and clip this. Baby girl, if you can clip this, if someone can clip this, just send it to me, I'll upload it. But basically, what's good? It's your local femboy. Anyway. Honestly. Well, here's my opinion on the Core Combat update changes. Now for PC is basically being dumbed down to console level. PC is basically having more console level stuff, so console level have unreactable lights like 500 ms is basically 400 ms due to lag. So PC is basically being dumbed down to console level by making stuff more unreactable. But on console it becomes more of a case of spam. Well, they tried to delete spam while also deleting light based offense. So they slowed down Orochi's light chain while changing the indicators. Now the issue with this on console is that console doesn't it already doesn't do well with light based offense. Like a lot of light based offense will get past you judging on the connection. Yeah, it feels like they're really trying to cater to people who can't parry. It really feels like they're catering towards the more casual players, and the issue with this comes to the higher level players. So when it comes to a casual, they really play light, and they only parry heavies or unblockables. And this is the issue now with these changes. On PC, bashed based offense and full block characters become completely top tier. Every single bash based offense character becomes, or full block character I should say, becomes instantly top tier. So Conqueror is better than Warden Knight in my honest opinion. In my opinion, with the damage changes, Warden becomes basically more, he's still higher tier but he's not the highest. He's not highest in 1v1. And the reason by that is because even though Warden has light, it's not going to be as prevalent as it once was, and the damage he gets is now a lot lower. So what they're trying to cater to is basically more casual players with these changes. Now the frame data changes also bless some characters up into top tier, so characters like Highlander, Highlander, Hitokiri, well not Hitokiri but Highlander, mainly Highlander is the more common culprit. Highlander is going to be top tier because his offense is heavies, meaning that he can do a lot more scummy stuff. Basically now, the stamina loss comes from lights. Lights basically loses more stamina, so you see this. Let me take off regenerate. Oops. So you see this, that's a little bit of stamina loss. Now I'm going to set the AI to parry. He's going to parry my light. That's the stamina loss right there. You're gonna lose a lot more stamina. Basically, each light equates to a light parry, and there's all the stamina loss from like whiff lights and shit. That's all gone. It is really stupid. It is really stupid. Yeah, it's extremely stupid. Like this actually ruins like the game a lot. It ruins the skill based factor a lot, because the issue with this is, if let's say that you could only guard left and right, that would be an honest 50-50, but what they did was there's top, so you basically have to play an RNG game of whether you're blocking left to right or top. And with 400 ms, in my opinion the indicators won't be 400 ms on console unless they introduce 60 fps, because with console now animations are terrible. Like we have shit like this, if you played 460 fps, you'll know that this is a really choppy animation for console, and this is like a really slow heavy which has a funky animation. We only can parry it because of how slow it is, but the main culprit of a character with bad animations is actually Raider. Raider has actually one of the worst animations in the game, judging from even small stuff like is like light chain. So look at these animations. Now you might be like, well, I can see these animations coming out, but you can't see these animations in a heated point in a match. In a heated point in a match, it's really hard to see animations, and this character is the main culprit of bad animations. So now they're trying to make us play more of a guessing game, but the thing about 50-50s in guessing is, even though it's hard to like get the right read, you don't get no reward on blocking it, you don't get no reward on parrying the light. The reward on parrying the light is extremely lowered because they lowered the heavy damage but giving you plus frames. Like, even in the testing grounds shit, Conqueror had like a 19 damage top heavy, which I had to change. So yeah. It's a huge issue on console. It's a huge issue on console. I feel like this is actually like a big issue on console, because without 60 FPS there's no right way to do stuff. There's no right way to deal with this stuff. There's no right way to actually handle half of the stuff that's coming out. It's actually insane too, because these aren't the only changes that I hear. Like, if I was honest, giving Orochi a top unblockable is not gonna help this character that much, because they nerfed his lights. They nerfed Orochi's lights to be slow, but left Nuxia's lights to be extremely fast. So this, which used to be prevalent in the game, this is now gone, and they tried to give him a top unblockable to replace. But if you know, like, unblockable pressure isn't all that great anyway, especially with a character like Orochi, which, even though he has a top unblockable, and even though he has really fast lights, how long is this going to be relevant in a game where people are going to be now maining full block characters? Because this is still useless. This is one of the worst dodge attacks in the game, and they haven't buffed this. They haven't gave Orochi an open or a bash, anything. They gave Orochi a top unblockable, which is actually a meme, because they gave Orochi a tool that he doesn't need. Because even if he's left in plus from a heavy, he still has 400 ms lights. They should have gave this character actually something more prevalent, but they didn't. Which goes upon my other point, which is, how are they going to balance characters which get a heavy guaranteed from a lot of stuff? Like Berserker, let's say he mixes you up and gets a heavy. Let's say Zanhu, because Zanhu, this character is one of the best characters in the game now. As soon as these core combo updates, you're going to see Zanhu coming in every single match, because this character has the worst stamina in my opinion, in the game. And it's not because of the amount of attacks he can throw out. It's actually the amount of stamina he loses on parry. That's the biggest issue for this character, Zanhu. It's the amount of stamina he loses on parry. So sorry about that. But if you see the stamina he loses on parry, it's unparalleled. Losing this much stamina, and now they're getting rid of that, means that Zanhu's going to be one of the best characters in the game anyway. So even if they nerf this unblockable damage, it don't matter. Yeah, I think the game's a lot better off. It does need some changes, don't get me wrong, but the issue with the changes on console is that characters are going to find it extremely hard to survive, because Highlander gets a heavy off of kick and grab. So Highlander's going to literally permanently keep you blocking. You know what I mean? Like, any character that does a heavy on you now, or any character has a full block, are basically blasted into top tier. So on console the changes are not needed, and they needed to focus on making characters actually have openers to deal with it. But all these changes are PC based. Yeah, everything will be read based, but the issue is is it really going to be easy to make a read when there's 3 options? Because it's not a 50-50, it's rock, paper, scissors. And they haven't came into terms with what you can do against them. So is it like, if I play, so let's say that, you know, you're playing like you know, a character that only gets like lights and heavies, like no unblockables. Let's say you're playing Orochi, and let's say I'm playing Conqueror. I'll be able to full block every piece of your offense anyway. Like, even though they gave Orochi an unblockable, I don't think that'll really change the game for Orochi anyway, because at the same time Orochi got nerfed. So I feel like this is more towards casuals that complained about everything, so they change the core of the game up, which never comes good. Yeah, but Conqueror, Warlord, all the full block characters have a way to even, especially since this game is now more turtle heavy. And I feel like with these changes, people are gonna throw buttons, but once people find a solution that it's just to full block most of these characters, that's when we'll see a lot of characters start struggling. Because I feel like Conqueror, Blackbriar, Warlord, like all these characters have solutions against full block. Oh shit, my Wi-Fi is dying. Oh shit. Damn, how bad is the lag? No, see, YouTube's just bugging. Ah, YouTube's just bugging. What type of lag was it glitching out, or was it just pausing up, delaying? Alright, so you heard everything I said. Okay, if it's buffering, that's cool. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. I thought it was actually like glitching out and shit. If it's buffering, that's cool. Also, feel free to hop in here and actually combat my opinions and shit. But yeah, I feel like full black characters are gonna dominate this game. Like, I feel like they went towards a direction while turtle characters are still relevant in the game. It's not like they nerfed every single like character with a full black. Like, basically they still kept full black characters relevant, and there's one big issue which they still haven't addressed. Lawbringer pretty much option selects a lot of these characters in this game. Like, Lawbringer still option selects Aramusha, he still option selects Orochi, Kensei. Majority of the cast Lawbringer option selects. The only times Lawbringer really actually struggles is against Warden, in my opinion. Even like Conqueror is still, in my honest opinion, Conqueror struggles against characters that can interrupt. This can interrupt Conqueror's little dodge. So when Conqueror dodges and shit, like this can actually stop a lot of the stuff he's doing. Now they're slowing this down, making this less relevant, but I still don't think that's a big enough change to stop the shove. They need to delete this shove. They need to do something with this shove to stop the hyper armor, because they want people to press buttons, but they didn't take the top tiers down a notch. They didn't tone down top tiers. You know, Lawbringer is the most common character. a turtle character, which he's gonna have to work for his parries now, which is good. But at the same time, does he need to work for his parries when he's getting shit off like this all the time? Like, does he really need to work? You know, does he really need to work for, you know? And even to all the risky characters in the game, they're not taking as much risk. They're trying to bait people into throwing out more heavies, which promotes more scrub playstyles. It means that, yeah, they're making all attacks. Basically, they're keeping the attacks the same speed, so Lawbringer can still do the side and all this shit the same speed, but they're hiding the indicator. So they're hiding the indicator. So they're hiding the indicator by 100 ms, meaning that this is 500 ms, right? So these lights from Lawbringer are gonna be Orochi lights, if that makes sense. So Orochi is the fastest lights in the game. Imagine Lawbringer's lights being Orochi lights, basically. The indicator comes out Orochi light speed. So I don't know. I feel like it'll be a big issue. I don't feel like console would really be able to survive. It depends though, because there's still stuff that's really hard to parry, like Zanhu's lights, for instance. Zanhu doesn't really move for the lights, it's a quick poke. So a lot of these characters, animation wise in For Honor, is really bad. Like, the animations in this game are really bad. Like, only some characters have good animations. But I feel like the big determining factor in For Honor will be what character you use in what matchup. Because in my opinion, Warden's gonna get thrown up, like, really down. Yeah, Raiders like animations are cancer, but I feel like a lot of characters are gonna get thrown down. Like Warden, I feel like he's getting thrown down. I feel like a lot of slower characters are gonna get destroyed because they didn't buff them. I feel like Peacekeeper got nerfed, you know, so when you look at the characters, you know, the Knights, you know, Conqueror, Lawbringer, Black Pride, even Centaurion's gonna have an easier time coming in now. You know what I mean? You know, Berserker, Raider's gonna be hell to deal with. Warlord's gonna be hell to deal with. Valkyrie's gonna be hell to deal with. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was just made for PC. That's the best way to put it. This game was just made for PC. This game is a PC game. This game is literally a PC game. I don't know, cause they said they didn't have any plans for next gen yet. They said they already have plans for other games and not For Honor, so next gen's looking kind of, it's looking kind of bad if For Honor. I don't think For Honor's gonna. I think maybe, but I don't know. Cause they did say they didn't have plans for Honor on next gen. They said they have plans for other games. I feel like that's why they're releasing Warmonger and making you pay for early access to play her. Cause you gotta pay like £5 in the UK, and I think US you gotta pretty much pay $10. So I feel like next gen For Honor would be good for 60 FPS, so you can actually play. But yeah, to be honest, yeah. Yep. And so who's new meta? Highlander. Highlander's gonna be new meta. They buffed the fuck out of Highlander, like hyper armor, his heavies, everything on Highlander got buffed. His lights got faster. So his lights are basically like, it's pretty much, he still has the evasiveness of his first light and he still has the hyper armor in his second, it's just faster. So Highlander's gonna be up there. Like, if you don't see a Highlander in your game, no one knows what they're doing. Highlander's gonna dominate this game. Lawbringer's gonna be up there. Conqueror, Centurion. Black Pride's gonna get knocked down a little bit. Warlord, Raider because of his fucked up animations. Berserker, definitely Berserker. Valkyrie's gonna be. I feel like Valkyrie's gonna terrorize a lot of the scrubs. A lot of the newbie players are gonna die to Valkyrie, but I feel like Valkyrie's gonna just stay like mid-high. This faction's gonna struggle, and Wu Lin's gonna be Zanhu's gonna carry the Wu Lin. JJ's gonna be in a unique position because he's actually a really good character, but I feel like with these new changes, if this character's offense, then he's gonna be really underrated. Cause this character can do a lot of stuff that people don't actually understand. Tiandi got nerfed, so his dodge attacks are just a little bit delayed now, so it takes longer for his dodge attacks to come out. Nuxia definitely, although can we still do a heavy through Nuxia's traps is the real question. Because if the traps actually work now, then she's getting blasted all the way into top tier because Nuxia can actually counter Black Prior. Oh yeah, also they got rid of feint, so this feint is changed with there's no control behind you now. It's basically just your weapon lights up. So good luck when Zanhu does it unblockable and you have to look at his fucking sword, because that's gonna fuck everybody up. Like, everybody here is gonna get fucked over by the new feints because the characters don't have a control behind them. So how's that gonna look when a bash is fainted? Because that could blast Centurion to be the best character in the game. If you cannot see when he feints his punch with the little control, then we're all gonna get eaten up. And with the new Warmonger, she's gonna literally have a bash out of neutral which you can charge up. So how's that gonna register? Is it gonna be that we can't see it? I wish they had at least gave us a teaser in the Warmonger mode, you know, a Tyrant's Test, so we could see, because there's a lot of questions in the game which needs to be answered. Like, is Highlander just always going to be oppressive now? Is it like, you know, how's Tiandi going to work? Because Tiandi really only has lights. Is that Tiandi just does light and dies now? You know, because they basically made it so you can barely dodge out of stuff. Either going to fix people's trajectories, like fucking Lordbringer's side heavy, which it literally beats out dodges. Like, a lot of stuff they didn't answer, which I feel is imperative to answer. Yeah, that cheesy side heavy that fucks everyone over because you don't know you don't know how it's always hitting you when you dodge it. What about Orochi? What, you're gonna hit me with a top unblockable after a light? Unless the unblockable is landing 40 damage, then that's not gonna be an issue. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna have to make Orochi a damage monster for that to work. Because I can barely see anyone falling for something like that. Excuse me. And how will like one light work? Will it be a case of like your character's plus after a light, or is it your minus no matter every light? Because a lot of characters like Lawbringer is plus after a light, so it's interesting to find out that as well. But I feel like it's a path in the wrong direction for console. For console, it's a path in the wrong direction. For console, it will break the game more than make it. But for PC, in my opinion, a lot of PC players are actually angry about the changes. Like, a couple of them are dick riding it, but they basically said that Foreigner went down the path to become reactable, but now it's not. Oh, fucking, you had to, Jericho. Warmonger's gonna be fucking annoying. How's that? So basically, her and Dominion's gonna be a pain because she basically tells you to run away. You have to literally run away from a team while your character's a top unblockable. Like, what type of balancing is that? They gave her feats that destroy the game, and we don't have a feat disabler. Like, how the fuck are we gonna survive a character that in 15 seconds cannot touch you? And that's not easy feat when she has unblockables off a dodge. You can't survive 15 seconds against a character with unblockables off a dodge. And it's not like a case of if it was you gotta parry, then her feet stop be balanced. You know, you could parry her, so that means there's risk and reward. Like, if you parry her, then her feet stop, but if you don't parry her, then she hits you, and it's like, yeah, but even if she gets parried, her feet still carries on. And like her impale and shit, like, she's gonna be one of the best characters in the game, which I like. I'm gonna play her, but at the same time it's gonna be unhealthy for the fucking game. So yeah. Yeah, does anyone actually have like an opinion on these changes on these characters? Like, what do y'all think? Does anyone have an opinion? Yeah, but why is it bad? Why is it bad? This helps build a foundation for warriors. Or war mummy. You're gonna be AIDS with War Mummy. I'm actually not dealing with that. If I saw you in a Dominion match, I would delete the game, because Warmonger's gonna destroy, How the fuck you gonna have a one-mongrel bee raping everybody? And I see they got rid of her infinite chain heavies. Like they got rid of those heavies, like that's crazy. They should have kept them, to be honest. It'd be pretty cool to have infinite chain heavies other than Musha. So what do you think, baby girl? What do you think about these changes? Are they good? Are they bad? Are they really, really sad? Do you think they great? Do you think they are building for honor a good foundation for warriors? Not bad, but yeah, I mean, I can't say I trust in Ubisoft to make good changes, but I will say that I trust Ubisoft to I mean, honestly, I'm scared because I'm on console. This isn't PC, so you don't get anything. You know, it took me how long to parry lights? From seeing the animation and getting hit by them, and learning that you have to parry on a light time and not a heavy time. You can't react to lights. You read the lights already. Now you gotta do that with no indicator. Like, that kind of makes you relearn the game in a way. Like, I don't like the fact they fucked with the indicator, because I feel like that was the only consistent thing. You don't need a gaming PC, because gaming PC still can't run games on max. You could literally just buy a laptop. Piranha still runs like trash, so I don't know. I mean, I think I'm looking forward to seeing Zanhu top tier. I'm not looking forward to watching fucking Highlander top tier though. Not really, because Highlander is like basically, Highlander doesn't need his fucking kick and grab to fucking go across the screen. Still make it dodge rollable, because he has a counter towards that anyway. The only thing you need to buff on Highlander is what they already buffed, was like the fucking, it was the fucking lights. The lights really needed a buff. They needed help. Nobody needs that big of a window for a crushing counter. Nobody. Like, make the crushing counter actually, you know, take a bit of brain. I've made them useful, which they did. Piranha sucks. I agree with you, it does suck, don't it? I mean, when these new changes come through, whoever can't parry a light is a fraud. Is a fraud, you're trash, you're a scrub. If you don't play PC, you're a fraud and a scrub. These changes gonna earn me money because of selling this shit. That's respectable. That is actually deeply respectable. Also, they never spoke about buffing Shinobi. So what happened to Shinobi? Did they just forget? They forgot about Shinobi, didn't they? Oh god. Yo, I heard they're buffing heavies and nerfing lights. Yup. They're buffing heavies and nerfing lights, and they also are making a whole bunch of balance changes. Who's your main sumo, I can tell you. As long as you don't mean Lawbringer on good term. Oh damn, Ren. What are you talking to the fish? Oh, the object, okay. You're goofy. I mean, she's looking to be really good, really solid. I think the only issue she's gonna have is I mean, she gets to open up turtles and shit, but we'll see, because she seems to be designed for the CCU update. 500 MS lights, no warden special abilities. The sheeples. You know what's really weird about her as well? Is even though they reuse animation for like warden and shit, her light, like, they low-key fucking revealed that Apollyon was gonna be playable back then, which is actually weird because a lot of the stuff that she does really was hinted at her in becoming a character in season 1, and it's actually crazy that she's a character now. But yeah, it is really weird watching them animations, like Warden's light being slower, so she's not really good at using the sword as Warden. It really makes Warden feel like a lot more powerful with the sword than actual like Warmonger or Astria. She slashes her face with 20 bleed. Could be worse, although that's gonna be awful in Dominion. Anyway, I might end the stream here. You know, don't drop my opinion on the CCU and shit. I think it's pretty cool. If I have any more opinions, I'll just upload a video or some shit. Upload a video stream again. Anyway, I'm gonna rest up. I will see you guys when I see you.